Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Hi, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Hey, welcome to Tuesday. Another day in quarantine and all that kind of good stuff. What is going on with everybody? Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, just another day. It's just another day. A month in, and the days just kind of bleed together, y'all.
Yeah, is it Tuesday? Shit, is it Friday? Shit, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think, a lot of us are asking the questions. Yesterday, we did a deeper dive on the regular show about when things will be opening up and what will that start looking like. Really, more testing is needed. A vaccine is the go-to that just says, okay, bam, life is normal, happens when that vaccine pops. Everything else, it's going to be maybe a slow matriculation back in based on flattening the curve and minimizing those numbers. And the thing about it is they kind of keep pushing back that little time frame as to when we're going to kind of hit that peak. Remember at one point, wasn't it like the 12th and the 21st and it was like the 28th? And
That's why I'm not getting excited for any locked date because I don't want to be disappointed. There's nothing worse than thinking something's going to happen on a day and it doesn't happen.
And then it just doesn't happen. And now it's kind of getting pushed back once again. They say that looks like you're probably talking about into May before we get to that peak. Whatever that might be. So, who knows?
Yeah, nice birthday present.
Yeah, happy birthday. Here's the corones.
No, I'm saying that it starts to slow down.
Oh.
I don't want the fucking corones for my birthday. No, I'm desperately trying to stay away from the corones.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing to do. Yeah, so that's kind of been moved back a little bit where they say that we will be hitting our peak here. So, who knows?
They don't. And all you can do is just keep watching and let the virus tell you when it's clear.
Yeah, they say that the date's been pushed back to May 3rd for peak hospital resources, May 6th for its deadliest day when 128 people are predicted to die from coronavirus on that day.
128, you say?
128 on that day. Yep, that's what they're saying.
That's the peak?
That will be, yes. They
Florida?
say the peak dates for the coronavirus in Florida has now been pushed back to May 3rd for peak hospital resources and May 6th for its deadliest day when 128 people are predicted to die from the virus, written and taken exactly from the Sun Sentinel.
It's just one day.
One day.
Yeah, that's why
Gotcha.
we got confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Victoria said, discussion during the regular show, you kept talking about a vaccine. I work in pharmacy, and at least weekly I get updates on what is going on. The FDA does allow compassionate use of meds that bypasses the full approval process to help the masses. This was done with HIV and some cancer meds.
Okay.
Here's the question I ask. Even if there is one available, what happens to the people who refuse to take vaccines? I work at a hospital, and I still see patients getting chickenpox and the measles. And, of course, the flu and pneumonia. If it's required, people will start throwing the Constitution at us. Just your thoughts.
Already seen people doing it.
Sure.
Saying, I'm not getting no vaccination. Screw that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's there. And for everybody else, if you want to be a knucklehead and get a disease and die, that's your right. Go for it. But for everybody else who wants to go to a damn football game like me, to be able to say that it's there and I can get a vaccine. And yeah, some people, 20,000 people at a football game might get the coronavirus because they said, no, constitutional rights, I'm not going to get a vaccine. That's fine. Go to a Buckeye game and die. So that's your right. Good for you. But for everybody else, we get to go back to the football game.
How do you know that the people at the football game have got the vaccination? Do you have to have everybody show it to get in?
No, you get to go in because there's a vaccine out there and you had a chance to get it. So you could have gotten the vaccine. It's, available. It's free. You could have gotten it. That's your responsibility. I mean, I'm all about that. I believe that we all should have a little self-responsibility in life. And, you got to pay a little bit of attention to the world around you. That's just life. That's always been life. Cavemen had to pay attention to the world around them or they didn't survive.
They would get eaten.
Yeah. So that's living in that's any society. You should always have to be able to pay attention a little bit to society and make smart choices. So at least everybody else can go in there. And like I said, if 20,000 people from that game wind up getting coronavirus and dying, that was your choice, dummy. You could have gotten the virus or the vaccine and you could have been fine, but no, you chose not to, and that's your own choice. You want to do it, good. The rest of us at least get to get out. Now, when that vaccine is going to happen, I don't know. And right now they're saying a lot of sporting events won't happen. There was one person at Oxford University in England. She said she's 80% sure that she'll have a vaccine by September. So by the time that's tested and by the time that gets to the masses, I don't know. And, for me, I do care about the football thing. So I've been looking at that and seeing what the talk is on it. And interesting things are thrown out around it. And the athletic director at Ohio State University, been there for a while, respected dude. And he said he just doesn't see them doing football if the students aren't back. That whole thing where we'll do football without people in the stands.
Right.
Because he said you're basically saying that it's not healthy enough to put people in the stands. So why would it be healthy enough for our student athletes to be out on the field? And he said, I don't like the feel on that. Plus, students aren't going to be back. So we're saying it's not healthy enough for students to be back, but we're going to make football players be back and practicing and all that kind of stuff. He said it just creates one standard for one part of our student population than another. And he doesn't like that.
Then if you got athletics going on and someone doesn't feel that good and then you're asking them to go practice, like, fuck you, coach. I might have the corones. I could see that happening too.
Yeah, and I think that wouldn't happen at least until they had really good testing and quick testing that's reliable, that they could keep testing the players almost every single day to make sure that they don't have it and almost keep them quarantined. That's what I was thinking yesterday, but I respect his decision. They were talking about now maybe even starting the college football season like in January or February, starting it.
Wow.
And then they would wrap it in like June. Huh. That was one thought that was thrown out there.
So do you like that? I mean, at least you get it. You might get it late, but at least you get it.
I do if that's possible. I mean, if they could get a vaccine, let's say that we do it's September or October, and they start rolling out a vaccine to people that you can get for free and anybody can take it, then, you got to give a couple weeks, obviously. So maybe really best case scenario, you're probably talking the end of October. But it would settle in and you could go through the holidays and whatnot. Then you fire up football right after that. That could be a possibility. And I thought it was interesting, too. And the reason, why they do this is, it's money. Basketball and all that stuff. Yeah, it sucked. They canceled March Madness and, all these student athletes, they wound up losing that. But, the money that comes in from football, that's where they're going, oh, man. Ohio State loses $7 million every game they don't play. $7 million.
From each game.
Yeah. So, you play a 12-game season, and you've got playoffs and stuff like that. You're talking, probably $150 million for the university.
They'll make that back up, though, in illegal activities.
They can't have illegal activities when we don't have football. That's where they do all the illegal activities.
They'll get the money back eventually.
Nobody cares if they're doing the illegal activities in swimming.
You're right.
Go ahead. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. No problem. So, that's the discussions that we'll start having. And it'll be interesting to see, if they start even in May creeping open with some of the restaurants, it'll all be monitoring the cases carefully to say, okay, we opened up parts of some beaches. Okay, we just had a boat party on Lake Boca this weekend. How many of those kids are coming out with coronavirus?
There's going to be meltdowns, too, of people that if they do, loosen up the guidelines, someone goes into a restaurant like, well, let me see your temperature, and someone doesn't want to do their temperature, or they're only 1 point off. There's going to be new videos of people melting down about that shit.
Yeah, but you know what? To me, that is a black and white guideline, and it's, standard for everybody. I don't hate that. And if somebody's got a problem with that, you've got to wear a mask, new gloves, and you have to submit to let us take your temperature. And if 100.4 is the mark, if you're that or higher, you're not in. If you're 100.3, come on in. 100.5, you're not.
Okay, if I came in here with a 103, or whatever the guideline is, the 101.1, do I have to go home?
Yeah, 101.1, you definitely have to go home.
What about just 100? Would you look at me with stank eye?
I would.
You would. That's what I mean. At 1 degree.
If you were just at 100, I'd be
It's
like...
not even 1 degree. It's a tenth
Or a
of
tenth
a
of a degree, I mean.
A tenth of a degree will make a world of difference.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You would. I would feel your eyeballs all over my 100.
Well, because I've been seeing what you've been charting every day. And so, yeah, you've been running a little hot, but you haven't been in the hundreds.
So you kind of got, you're eyeing me already.
I am. I'm watching you.
I don't like it. I don't like it, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see. Some of the questions coming in. Kevin, what do you think of NFL? If you're a season ticket holder, will you lose your money or you get credit? Yeah, you'll get your money back. I saw the athletic director of Ohio State talking about that. I think anybody who wants it, and they said so far not really anybody's asked for their money back. They're just kind of holding on and still waiting to see what's going to happen. And, that's why they're trying to get the games in, because there's just so much money and people want it to happen. A place like Ohio, and right or wrong, it's people in that state. It's a religion. It really is. It is a massive way of life there. And a lot of people would risk dying to go to a game. And so, yeah, I think they'll just have to figure out what to do on the money. But no one's going to, I don't think anyone, even the NFL, is going to take your money and be like, ha, too bad, so sad. Somebody said, how do you know that a vaccine will be safe or not have adverse reaction? And that's the question, the testing phase and understanding all that. And that would be it. If you told me, Kev, here's a vaccine for coronavirus and you could take it, but we don't really know if it's going to have adverse reactions or not. Do you want it? But you have to have the vaccine to go to a Buckeye game. I'm like, hit me up, baby.
Wow.
Hit me up.
And you hope that you got a good batch of the vaccine. Like, what if you got like a weird batch and it didn't work and then you still got the coronavirus? Like,
yeah, if it's not effective, yeah.
And it wasn't effective. Yeah, like maybe a bunch of other people got it and it was effective for them, but then not for you. Like, I would still be thinking about that.
Absolutely. I think you would. I mean, I think, I would go into a stadium under these conditions and I still would probably, if not wear a mask, I would, without a doubt, be like, okay, trying to stay away from the people that look like they don't look great. Or just everybody.
Yeah, because you don't even know.
No, you don't. I mean, you'd go
Hottie
out.
pants down the aisle could have the corones. You don't know, but you're going to get tricked because she's hot. Like, oh, she doesn't have the corones.
I'm not going to get tricked, but you might.
Yeah, I will get tricked.
If Hottie Pants came around, I don't know if you're man enough.
I think I'd break quarantining for. I'm sorry.
I mean, she's a 10.
I'm just a man, Virginia.
Hottie Pants is a 10, and she's real cute, and she's just she laughs at all your jokes.
If I did that, if I said, all right, guys, I hooked up with a 10, I got to tell you guys that. I'd have to tell you.
I think we had to put you on 2-week quarantine.
Even if I don't show any symptoms, one hookup would give me 2 weeks in the clink.
Quarantine because you had to wet that peen.
Yeah.
Don't tell me if you bang somebody.
No.
Just don't tell me.
First of all, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's getting, there's no banging of the privates.
Yeah, somebody is just smart. Kristen said we need to get into the business of making NFL masks now. I'm sure the NFL, they would have trademark restrictions on that because they'll want to make them themselves and sell them. But, yeah, I've already seen some of my Buckeye friends making Buckeye masks, probably anticipating it. That's what you would see in the stadium. You would see 104,000 people with masks on.
That's so weird.
Just to go to the game. Yeah, they would take on that challenge. And somebody said, too, when taking temps, people are going to pop Tylenol before going anywhere to lower their temperature, even if they got a fever just to get in.
You're right. Yeah.
And it works.
They're saying, like, even 3 days after you stopped having a fever with the coronavirus, they still don't want you to go around people. So, like, even if you have no fever, you're still possibly contagious. Like, it's so tricky.
Yeah, that's what they're going to find out. But that's why you got to pay attention to what's going on now, because as I saw in the news today, and people were not getting into Carmine's Market without getting their temperature taken, wearing a mask, and having new gloves that they gave them on. They turned people away. They showed that on there. Like, people were walking off. In fact, somebody said my husband had to put a recyclable bag over his head to get into Trader Joe's.
Recyclable bag over your head?
I know. You think you'd suffocate. That's what it says, recyclable bag over his head.
That Carmine's, they have good pizza there. They have very good. I don't know if you've ever had it before.
But is it worth putting a bag over your head?
You ask a tough question.
I don't know.
If I was in the parking lot and I didn't have anything and I just had a bag and I wanted that pizza and it's already ordered ready to go, I'm finding a way to make it work. I'm putting a bag over my head.
Yeah, it's just where will people go. And, some places will probably have guidelines now starting on masks, saying what you have on your face does not qualify as a mask. And then you'd be going, dang, okay.
I just want a pizza. Can someone grab my pizza for me?
Yeah, that'd probably be legit. Let me see here. A couple other things going on. This is a good thought. We can put this together. I think it would be beneficial for healthcare workers to have a list posted of deals and free meals for them. Starbucks is doing free iced or hot tall coffee sizes at drive-through locations, and Cumberland Farms is doing free hot or iced coffee any size. Unfortunately, that is all I have so far. Perhaps we can use the power of KVJ to make a longer, more comprehensive list for our individuals on the front line. Yeah, I saw, for instance, I think it's OXXO, maybe, I guess, dry cleaners or laundry. They are doing free laundry for first responders there in Hollywood. You could take your stuff there. Also, I'm a director of health information and marked as essential, but our nurses and doctors are the ones fighting this fight and deserve a break. So I'd love to bring them this list. They truly deserve it. Yeah, if you guys could help us put that together. What you named are pretty much the only two that I knew definitely off the top of my head. And I've had some stuff, that I brought in daily, but I don't know if I've kept a collection of it. And I can't think of any other places. Are there any other places that are definitely giving out freebies to first responders that pop up into your head, Virginia?
I thought we had seen a couple of places, like coffee places.
So no, you don't have those answers for Kevin?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know I've seen them.
Someone really dropped the ball on that one, Coach.
Yeah, I'll look. Let me look and see. Maybe like Starbucks and stuff I think I had seen.
Okay. If anybody knows, send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com. You can shout it out in the chat room or just text us right now. That would be cool. 877-979-WRMF. I got Amanda in the Pizzle who sent us an email. Said a dear friend of mine from high school is a nurse in Martin County at 37 years old with a wife and 2 sons. Dan Rice is fighting COVID-19. He is currently in Cleveland Clinic, Martin North, intubated and in a medically induced coma in order to help him recover. He has a history of asthma and was working the front lines when he was diagnosed on Saturday. Please ask KVJ Nation to send positivity and prayers to him and his family. Hope his wife, his 2 sons, James and Ryan, and his mama, Marisa, love you all and stay safe. Yeah, it's just tough stuff what's happening with those nurses. Stuff out there.
Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely say a prayer for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that's why we'd love to put together that list. Hey, if they got to go through what they're going through and taking on the risks, the least we can do is make sure that meals and coffee and of the such is free. I have definitely heard of places. A lot of it's not necessarily anything the first responders have to do. Just being at work, I have heard that they've been bringing food to hospitals. I know Little Smiles has a program, and they're bringing some stuff to area hospitals, like 11 different places.
All the way from Miami to Orlando, and then up in our other chapters, like in Buffalo and Philadelphia. They have been just every week bringing food, not just to the COVID ward, but also to the emergency room as well, because that's the front line in the hospital. So all the emergency workers, and then also the people that are working directly with the COVID patients in the ICU. Mm-hmm. Little Smiles, I think, has served like over 2,000 meals.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. If you would like to help feed the front line with Little Smiles, they are donating to medical teams at hospitals and facilities from Miami to the Treasure Coast, so they're covering our whole listening area. A donation of $10 can feed one nurse, doctor, or support team member. A contribution of $300 will feed an entire nurse unit. You would text "Give Smiles" to 44321. You can just, give the money right here and now. Give Smiles to 44321 if you would like to do that. You can make a donation. Good to hear. There's more stuff on cocaine.
Nice.
Got an email from Eric. He said, what's up, Kev? FYI, there's a new cocaine documentary on Netflix called Operation Odessa. It's based out of South Florida, and it ties with the Russian military. It's absolutely crazy, and you'd 1,000,000% enjoy it. Side note, Jaybird, stop fucking yourself. Wow. Gosh, that just sounds like that is...
Odessa?
Yeah, Operation Odessa is the name of it on Netflix. And that's good. You ever had that where you have anything where you have a cue list and you're just kind of combing over it and you're like, okay.
Oh, I lead the league in documentaries. I've started for 8 minutes and then just stop because it didn't get me.
Yes.
I have so many of those that I've tried.
It's kind of like if you look into a refrigerator and there'd be like a bite out of every food item. You'd be like, what the hell's going on there? That's what my list looks like. There's like 10 minutes watched of about everything that's on there.
I get into watching slumps. Kind of like I'll go through Netflix or the demand stuff and I'll go, well, that might be good. And I just can't find that right thing. And this will go on for 15 minutes and then I go, fuck it, I'll just put The Office on. It happens. I'm in one of those slumps right now.
Yeah, this sounds pretty good. It's a Russian mobster, a Cuban spy, and a smooth operator from Miami scheme to sell a Soviet submarine to a Colombian drug cartel for $35 million. Hello, I'm into that. That sounds great. Very nice. The one that I am not so sure about, that Money Heist, that is on Netflix, and they're promoting the crap out of that. It's a show from Spain about how they rip off. It's in the first season I liked. It's they're Spanish, so it's kind of like they overdubbed the English, or you can get it in like the subtitles. And they had some on Netflix I was watching yesterday. It was like them going out in public. They're getting mobbed like they're the Beatles.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I didn't know that show was that massive. But yeah, they're like rock stars. And he said ever since, like it was a big show in Spain, but then when they put it on Netflix, bam. I mean, Netflix is a global phenomenon. And the Tiger King documentary they had, that one guy who was the smoker.
The producer.
Yeah, that was there for a while. And you saw him. He's now like living in Norway. And he was saying that how big it was there. In fact, his picture was taking up the first 2 pages of the newspaper there in Norway. Said he can't go out in Norway without people like, Tiger King.
It's a global phenomenon.
Yeah. How pervasive Netflix is. Jimmy from the Fort said, hey, I wanted to be the first to recommend this movie to Kev and the rest of the show. It's called The Occupant. It is in Spanish, but available in English or with English subtitles. In Spanish, the movie is called Hogar, which means home. It is a psycho-thriller type movie that gets crazier and crazier until it climaxes. Great for Kev to pick up a few words in Spanish while watching an awesome movie.
I was impressed with your Spanish today. I thought you did really good. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're not fluid or anything, but you are understanding pretty much everything I threw at you.
Yeah, like I said,
it was basic, but still, I thought it was good.
Reading, I can read about anything, get about 70% of it, and kind of have an idea of what they're trying to say. Conversational is terrible. Like I said, I took that test on it to see where I am, and they say I'm advanced to beginner. So I'm like 8 levels from fluent. So probably in 15 years, I should be able to have a conversation. So, yeah.
14.
Yes, 40.
14 is 40?
15 is 15, 14 is 14.
50. I was trying to say 15. 15.
15,
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, I knew all my numbers at one point up to 100, Virginia.
Well, we're all impressed. You've retained nothing.
Where's my cookie?
I have definite weaknesses. Numbers is one of my weaknesses.
Okay, tell me.
Hit that a lot.
Give me 17. Go.
17.
8. Go.
8.
4.
4.
39.
39.
69.
If you get it right, that's your prize.
Yeah.
You don't want this climbing on you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got a lot to work on. So any Spanish friends out there that want to give me some ideas on how to get to the next level, I'm daily just doing my app and flashcards. And that's it.
I think you're crushing it,
Thank
kid.
you. Your juggling actually impressed the hell out of me.
We're getting there.
Yeah, that was really good. You did 4, almost 5 rounds, which is really good.
I just start to, after 3 or 4 rounds, it just starts to get too much.
But you did good.
Thanks. Where's my cookie?
We're going to run out of cookies with all these accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice blowing segment. You're great. No, you're great.
Yep. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, some people are throwing out some stuff. Yeah, Wawa is doing coffee for first responders.
That might have been what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wawa. We saw that email.
Yeah, I remember we had mentioned that here on the show. Yeah, there were a couple other places that we did. Some of the other chat room conversations going on here. Pollo Tropical has occasional freebies for the first responders. Might have seen something on that. I think there's some delivery services that are doing some stuff as well. So we'll try to compile that. But yeah, if people have that, you can let us know. Shows that people are checking out. Succession, that is pretty good. That's an HBO.
I love that show.
Yes.
It's a slow burn in the beginning, though. You do got to be a little patient with that one. Second season's really good.
Yeah, I thought that was a really solid show. It actually reminds us a lot, me at least, of the company that owns us, the Hubbards. They're a family like that.
Except for all the sinning and bad behavior.
Yeah, and who knows? Who knows if you dig deeper?
We all got a little sin
Secrets.
behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you dig deep, and be careful if you dig too deep, you might get scorched by the molten lava.
True.
So dramatic.
Somebody said Money Heist is okay, but the voice dub is comical sometimes. It is. Yeah, that's why I'd almost rather watch it in Spanish and have the subtitles.
The one I'm going to get into, it's on HBO. It's the McDonald's Monopoly game. I started watching it.
Somebody told me
ready.
it was slow and kind of dry, and I didn't jump on it for that reason.
Dang it.
Yet.
What's the name of it?
The fucking McDonald's documentary.
It's the title. The fucking McDonald's
I don't know.
documentary.
Just Google it. I don't know the name of it.
All right.
All right. Okay. I'll do what I can. Let me see. And then somebody said, hey, can't you have your family help you out with the Spanish? Yeah, my father-in-law, I was talking to him a little bit. And, the interesting thing is getting conversational. And I threw something out at him, like he had pen. He's like, stilo. And I'm like, oh, boligrafo. And he's like, what's boligrafo? And I'm like, pen. And he's like, I've never heard of that.
Uh-oh.
But you know what? He threw out there. He looked it up, and no, he said Castilian. He said that's Castilian Spanish. He's Mexican.
Oh.
And so, it's what I'm learning is, I guess, more Castilian, which is more proper, formal, homeland Spain kind of Spanish. And it's so broken up. And he's a conversational Spanish speaker. He's like, I'm not even good at writing English. So he's not very good at writing Spanish, but he's conversational. You can go up to him and talk slang and all that, and he's going to get all that.
Huh.
So you drop a word on him like that, he's like, what's boligrafo? And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I don't know. I thought it was pen. And he's like,
It's a long word for pen.
Yeah.
Boligrafo.
And I'm like, really? I'm like, gosh, I see that everywhere. And he's like, I've never heard that in my life. I'm like, ooh, okay. So, yeah, don't go to a Mexican, apparently, and mention boligrafo. They'll look at you like, what are you talking about?
If I call Virginia a Feo Pez, what would that be?
Feo Pez. Pez is fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugly fish.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But I don't really think that.
Ugly fish. Okay.
I don't. I just know that.
Thanks.
No, you know what? You're a bonita perro.
A pretty dog.
That's the only animals I know.
I don't know if it's getting better.
Did I kind of roll my R there?
Perro bonito.
Did I just accidentally roll my R? Perro. Did I just do it?
You just did it.
You did it.
Don't lose it. Perro. Perro. How am I doing that?
I don't know.
I think you're just practicing a little bit more.
Perro. Perro.
Yeah, it's good. You're
did
doing
it.
You're getting there.
Oh, shit.
You're getting there.
Next up, whistling.
You've never been able to
I don't
do
know.
that.
I don't know how I just did that. I'm afraid I'm going to lose
Yeah.
it.
You just got to practice.
Perro.
Wow.
Yeah. Perro.
Perro. Perro. Perro. I'm losing it.
You get it? Come on, man.
All right. I'll just take the win.
Yeah. I think that was impressive. Nice little round there. McMillions is the documentary that you're
Yes.
looking for. If you
Yeah,
want to watch that,
people are
Virginia,
saying it's good.
on HBO.
Okay,
Yeah.
McMillions.
And I'll probably check it out. I probably will. It's just not top of my list. I'm going through Curb Your Enthusiasm right now.
Are you still on that?
Yeah,
You're
I'm only on season 2.
Did you like season 1?
Yeah, it's good. I like it. There's some amusing parts in it.
Season 2 and probably 2 and 3 are my favorite seasons.
It's pretty insane because all it is just him fighting with everybody.
Yeah, and it gets even more ridiculous by season 10.
That's why, yeah. I don't know where I'll be on the
You're
end.
gonna fall off on that show.
I might be like, okay, I've had enough of it.
It's gonna be too unbelievable for you.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, this is an easily resolvable situation. But, you know.
I do love Larry David, though.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely an entertaining dude. He has some good stuff on there. So
You should. Well, yeah, never mind. I was going to tell you to watch something, but you don't give a shit.
I tried to turn Rocco on to Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He didn't like it.
Did you get up to the part in Pee-wee's Big Adventure where Pee-wee brings all of his friends in the room and the amazing Larry is saying something? Something you want to say to us, amazing Larry?
Yes. Yes. We got to... Rocco checked out when he went up into the dinosaur with Simone. Rocco was like, I'm done.
Do kids still like E.T. or is that too slow? Is that too...
I think E.T. would be too scary for Rocco.
I tried it with Cannon 3 years ago. I think it was when he was about 8, and he didn't seem to love it. It seemed slow.
It is kind of slow, E.T. And E.T. scared the shit out of my little sister. We went to the theater.
It's scary.
Twin City Mall in Lake Park, and she couldn't sleep for days because of E.T.
When E.T. gets sick, and they have him and they're trying to help him.
It's heartbreaking.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, I think that's...
Did I kill the podcast again with my fucking E.T. shit?
No, it's good. I just got nothing else to talk about. I think I'm good. I'm ready to go home.
I hear you.
Yeah, that's about all I got. We today are going to be dropping the After the Show podcast on our Facebook page, too. Just want to see how it does over there. So just to let you know, it's going to be available over there to check out as well. And so we'll see how that goes. So if you're on Facebook, keep an eye out for us over there. Jaybird and Denny's did actually just kind of an impromptu little podcast yesterday.
We did it on Facebook Live yesterday. Yeah, without any kind of really talking about it or any kind of promotion. And it was fun. There was a lot of people in there.
Good.
Yeah, so if you're not following us on Facebook, make sure you go and check that out on Instagram, too, and Twitter. Thank you very much to Bud's Chicken and Seafood, 6 locations in Palm Beach County. Get your takeout food today from them. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.